last week on the Glass Cannon Podcast.
There's a door here. Let's see where it leads. Gunk. Oh my God in heaven.
5-foot square cells.
Oh.
Do you think anyone's in there?
I hope not.
And you see something written on the back of the wall. It says, "Kill Edward. Avenge us all."
Zephyr, perhaps we examine this room to the north with the mushrooms?
Carefully stepping by all of this fungus, and you look into the cistern, and you see headless bodies.
Oh.
Headless.
What?
And then you climb down into this cistern of corpses, and on one of them, you see the mark of the Gatewalker. In the pocket, you find a letter that says, "Dear Gatewalkers, I would love the pleasure of you visiting me at Ritalson Manor. Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Bippity snoppity
Hugs and kisses.
murder.
I could flip this table.
Edward
I'd flip it.
Ritalson."
I'm going to kill him.
The adventure continues now.
Today is our first in-studio recording since Barnes exploded. Not the first episode since, but basically, long story short, after the last recording, I sent out an email with all of the dates and a hopeful, plan for the end of this campaign and how it looks. And then Matthew, I don't know if he emailed me personally or if he texted me and was just like, "Hey, I'll let you know if I can make any of those dates." And I'm like,
busy. Oh, no one told you.
I'm like, did nobody
We
tell
absorbed
you, man? You've been absorbed.
Yeah. Thank you.
Absorbed.
Thank you for
Position
your
has
sacrifice.
been eliminated.
It was like the Last Supper. It's like we all ate of his body and increased in strength.
Drink of his blood.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, "I'll let you know." I'm like, "No, you don't need to. You're welcome to come to the after party of the finale."
Always welcome.
Yeah, always
Yeah.
welcome. I'm sure we'll have a couple drinks.
Right.
But yeah,
So
he's
mean.
gone.
But yeah, he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone, so don't worry about him.
He's not walking through that door, people. Captain Akaza's is not walking through that
Not
door.
walking through that door. Kate and Cindy, I want to ask you a question, and I want to get your honest response. But it might be an uncomfortably controversial question. But I really need to know, and I feel like doing it on a show that goes out to the public is as good a space as any.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
If Matthew were here, he'd say stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right now.
Now I can do it because he's not here anymore.
He would be getting, I would see him vibrating,
He'd be
shaking, and I would turn nervously.
Blinking, going.
You also just said our names so fast and close together that I think you made a new person. You were like,
you are an
you were
identity.
Kate and Sydney. Kate and
Kate and
Sydney.
Sydney.
Kate and Sydney.
See how I always start with Kate? Anyways.
Wow.
What does that
Wow.
It used to be
Deep
Sydney
shit.
and Kate.
They always
No
try to
longer.
pit
I
us
think it's
against
just
each other.
alphabetical, Sid. I think it's just alphabetical.
Yeah.
Kate, look at me. Don't worry about what he's going to ask.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
Is it offensive? No, that's not the right
Hold
question.
on, hold
God.
on.
That's not the right
Oh,
question.
God.
Stop.
Are you offended
'Kay.
when you when you hear someone say stop being a pussy? This kid and Joe went. Francis died too.
Oh my God.
Is that? I don't want to say is that offensive. Are you offended if
Sure.
if you hear somebody say, "Stop being a pussy"?
Sure. I can't speak for every woman at every gaming
That's
table.
what I want you to do.
But let me give you my personal opinion.
Yeah.
No.
You're not offended, right?
No, and this is a me
You
thing.
like it.
Well, do I only have
You
to
use it. You use it.
Do you ever
in
say to
conversation.
Kate,
the word pussy?
if she's like, "I don't want to do this show tonight," and you're like, "Stop being a pussy. We gotta go."
No, because you know what? I feel like, and maybe this is why margin to the middle. Like all language gets like used, and then it gets like canceled, and then it kind of moves back into normal,
Right.
dialects or diction. No one really says pussy anymore.
No.
Like, don't be a pussy.
It has been a little phased out.
It's like
Yeah.
a
Compared to-
90s,
yeah.
80s sort of insult. It's sort of like you're such a bastard.
I feel like it's been replaced with beta. Like, don't be a
Oh.
beta.
No,
Beta.
it doesn't pop.
Beta.
Interesting. But
Here's
I
the
don't-
thing: it's like it's derogatory because it's you're saying like, "Don't be a woman" because they're the worst,
Sure.
right? That's kind of what it's
Thanks
saying.
for clearing that up.
But like,
Sure.
We say like, don't be a dick, and that means you're a bad person.
right,
Yeah.
right. No, you're like,
Don't
you're
be a man because
right.
they're bad people.
Right. Although that's how I use it.
Kate, are you offended if you overhear, like, if you hear Joe
Depends
like
on who
really
says
railing
it.
on Francis? Stop being a pussy.
It depends on
Turn
who
the camera
says
on.
it.
Turn the camera
Like, if you
on.
heard that, would you be like,
Leave Francis alone. He's got nothing to do with this. Leave
Yeah.
Francis out of
look
it.
at that laughing pussy?
Poor Francis did not want this question asked.
Leave him out of it.
Leave him out of this.
HR is not fucking here today.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Are you
though.
offended?
It depends on who says it,
Yeah.
what's the context, like so many things. Like generally with friends, like whatever, like
I don't care.
pussy.
I don't
it's
know.
Such a fun word
is
to
fun.
say.
That's the thing. It's
Don't-
fun.
But if some like
Don't discount how
person
fun it
is
is.
purposely being a dick and like say, like you can tell people's intent most of the time by what they're saying.
Being
So-
a dick.
Yeah, if they're being a dick, they can't say pussy.
And a
That's
dick
right.
is a bad man. So
Right.
if like there's some, boomer dad
I
it
think
out
could
you're
be
onto
there,
genderless.
something here. I
It
think
could be
she's onto
genderless.
something.
If
A
there's
pussy is a bad woman, not just a woman. You're
no, no.
being a pussy.
I think the correlation. The more we say it,
What we say it.
the worse it gets.
Are we focusing too much on words and not on curing infectious disease?
Yes.
Words do matter though.
Yes.
Words do matter, yes.
We're
They have power.
we're dismantling our CDC and health organizations as we know it. So yes, but I think you're right. Like if there's like a boomer dad talking to his young son and instilling the idea that pussy means to be weak,
Yeah.
then yes,
That's,
bad,
yeah, that's bad.
no
He's a
good.
dick.
But if you're yelling at Francis, who we all know,
Here's a
who we all, I was going to say,
Where are you going with this?
That's like who we all
Who is a
know.
known pussy.
Who we all know. Continue,
and
please.
love.
Nice recovery.
and say-
Stuck the landing.
And
In spite of his pussitude.
to me, it's the same as the word bitch. A lot of people don't like it
Whoa,
because
Whoa.
it's
Whoa. Bleep that out.
derogatory to women in some cases. But if you're joking with friends and it's just like
Literally only my other like women or
Girlfriends.
women adjacent people can say like bitch to me or around me.
But you
Right.
can use
Only
it as a
certain
verb,
people.
though. Like anyone can use it as a verb.
stop bitching.
Stop bitching. Like that's still.
Yeah.
See, I feel like I would never call you a bitch, but I'd call Joe a bitch.
That's
But I might not do it in
somehow.
front of you.
It's different. I guess you're right. It's so contextual. I don't know.
But I think we can tell just by how much I keep laughing
But you love it.
that pussy.
Yeah.
They're two words that I just don't use anymore. I
Yeah.
don't use those words anymore.
I think that's true too. I try to not use words that could be hurtful to somebody.
I don't want
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want to get. I don't want.
There's a lot of
I don't want to hurt
words.
anyone's feelings. I don't want to get in
A
trouble.
lot of words we can't use anymore.
Except
just don't
in this
wanna-
group, I feel like we have fun by fake hurting each other with our words.
But
Yeah.
as a group,
Well,
or real hurt.
privately as a group, or real words, or on air.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll say something so hurtful while we're recording,
Mhm.
and it's like I can't do anything but take it.
When's the last time you called somebody a bitch or a
like a
pussy?
pussy.
Yeah, like a pussy.
You can't say that.
Just quoting Kate. in the transcript of this, that is in quotes.
We should come up with a new word.
Do you throw these words? Do you bandy these words about?
no,
Even amongst your brother-in-law and his friends.
no,
Liar.
No.
Really?
Well, I would say bitch is something that I got more sensitive about in recent years. Pussy is long out of my lexicon.
Because nobody
It's to me, it's just so foul. I don't know.
I can't remember
Something
the
It feels
about
last
weird
time.
hearing you
Yeah.
say it.
I know. I don't like it. But bitch, I would use all the time. Let's stop being a bitch. Like, whatever. And then I was like, that's just offensive.
Yeah.
So I just kind of stopped doing it.
It's
and
funny because like that was one of the first curse words that was allowed on network TV.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was like bastard and then bitch.
Oh, interesting.
And like that was it for a while. And then we get NYPD Blue, you get like the shit in there.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like that was like the second curse word that was allowed on TV.
Yeah.
What about like that was a bitch move? For example, Mike White, the creator of White Lotus, was quoted in, I think it was Variety recently, about he had a conflict with the composer. And the composer, like the week of the finale, was quoted in the New York Times. And he kind of like shat on Mike White. Like the week of the finale of season 3. And so Mike White was quoted like, he said, this guy didn't respect me, blah, 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 blah. And he thinks that, coming out against the show on the week of the finale is kind of a bitch move. And I agree, it is a bitch move. But I love that you can't. Is that the same? I guess it's the same context, but like there are moves that are bitch moves. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a womanly move? No. It's
Right,
It's
like-
just a bitch move.
It depends on the context. But again, Noam Chomsky is out there like shaking his fist listening to this because he listens to Glass Cannon, I assume.
Yeah.
And he's like, words mean things. So I don't.
Sometimes they're necessary, though. I did see someone.
What were you saying?
I did see someone online call J.K. Rowling a bitch recently, and
Well,
I
that's
think
'cause
that she deserves
That's accurate. Yeah.
it. So sometimes it's
guess it
necessary,
depends-
and it's the only word that gets the point across in the
Yeah.
right way.
I've thought about tweeting at her much worse words.
Well,
we frequently.
I got one on the
You
tip of my
pussy
tongue right now, but we
bitch.
won't bring it up.
We'll
Like,
leave
you got
that
$1
one
million
out of this
and you're a
discussion.
real.
We have frequently on this show, or at least in Ascension, use, and I use it all the time, the term penis
oh
Yeah.
to
yeah.
describe someone that is awful.
Right.
It's funny when you do it.
Yeah.
It's a real.
And it doesn't offend me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know why. It just feels like a word that when you say it,
Yeah,
people immediately know what you
Well,
mean.
there's not a
It's
connotation
funnier
to go into
it.
It's
detail.
funnier than dick.
It is.
Yeah.
Right.
And
It
like
is.
it's a thing that you do. It's not something that everyone does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
What about queef?
I
we say
love
that?
the word queef. It's so
And what would-
funny.
And what would you be describing except for what?
Use it in a
queef is?
sentence.
Use it in a sentence.
Oh, no.
This gentleman the other day, while I was trying to order from him, he acted like a real queef.
Oh, I thought you were about to be like he queefed, and I was like,
Yes,
I don't think he can.
queefed.
No. One of the greatest voice actors in the world is Queef David.
ooh,
His real name queef?
maybe it's
Oh,
spelled different.
No, maybe I think it's Keith.
Ah. A simple.
But you know
error.
what I meant.
This guy was acting like a real Keith.
Yeah.
Real Keith.
That's like Joe saying that guy's a real penis, though. Like no one says,
Right, like
no
it's
one uses
funny.
that word that
Yeah.
way. It's just funny.
That's the thing is
You're
they're
doing a
funny
good thing.
words, but they can hurt too. They can be barbed.
I think you could say queef.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. That'll be the name of the episode.
And you'll start calling everyone
What is this,
queefs,
84?
and you'll be like,
Episode
Sydney
84.
said I could say
Queef.
it.
Oh no.
She gave me permission to say queef.
No. Don't bring me into this.
There will not be a show for Matthew to return to.
Nope.
That's the point.
That was the
Burned
goal.
it to the ground.
That was the goal.
Francis, is there any words you don't like?
Just shout them out. Shout 'em out.
Well, it's good. No.
Going now.
We'll put it in the description of the episode.
Francis is just giving the please stop, please stop.
I think it's important to have these discussions because a lot of people, we can't talk about it. It's fun to talk about it and to learn, like, okay, we shouldn't say that, and here's why. Or you can say that behind closed doors, maybe not on a podcast that over 10,000 people download monthly.
I think, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think after your reactions and explanations, I can now use it whenever I feel like
Well,
in this room.
hold on.
Well, that's why I brought it
Let's
up.
walk it back.
Thank you for clearing it up.
I wanna bring
Clearing
it
up, Sid.
If we could just rewind the tape.
You know what? I think I understand why HR was here before.
Actually change.
You know what? Now I know the reason for HR.
Actually change my
Matthew.
mind.
Please come back.
Matthew, we miss you. Help,
you.
help
Save us.
Matthew, your thoughts?
Oh God, I miss him.
Pipe down, pussy.
Jeez.
We'll be back right after this great break. Folks, as evidenced by the opening band, now is a great time to be a sponsor of the Glass Cannon podcast. And we want to thank our sponsors, Norse Foundry and Foundry Virtual Tabletop.
Best in the business. There's a very exciting promotion going on for Norse Foundry.
Really?
Now. Yeah. Exclusive to the Naish.
What's it called?
Courtesy of our friends at Norse Foundry. So this is airing on May 7th. And so for the month of May, Norse Foundry is doing a Naish exclusive sale for the entire month.
What?
For the entire month of May. And it's a big one, too. They've never really done one this big outside of Black Friday. Seriously. So if you are a member of the Naish, you want to get some new dice for yourself, check out their amazing selection over at their site. And you can use code GCP20 at checkout for 20% off.
Wow.
Anything in the store.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Whoa.
20% off
really
anything,
big.
but it's only in May. So GCP20, use that at checkout, 20% off the whole freaking store.
I'm
in
gonna
May.
get some
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it's a huge sale. They never go 20% like
Wow.
that middle of the year. So
Yeah, that's Black Friday prices.
Spring cleaning. Get your old dice out. Get your new dice.
get your new
in.
dice in. Get ready for
Yeah.
some summer role playing.
Oh, nat 20.
Whoa!
I just rolled a nat 19,
Nat
dude.
20 on the old
Yep.
GCP split the party.
I just rolled a nat 19 for real.
We have new dice coming out soon.
Oh,
We're working on new dice. Now is a great time if you want to sponsor the show. You better get in before the prices get jacked up once we announce what's happening with the future of the Glass Cannon. I've already said too much.
What?
What? That there's going to be a future?
That there's going to be a
there's gonna be a
future.
future.
Nothing is guaranteed. Matthew thought he'd never leave, but now he's gone forever.
Sorry. So let's just throw it out there for a quick second before we dive back into the show. Let's say Matthew,
My audio
we
froze.
don't think this is going to happen, right? We like Matthew. We think he has talent.
What the heck is
Why don't
happening?
you speak for yourself?
What if he is garbage and just gets kicked out of this show, like middle of the run?
That would
Are
never.
you talking about this show?
No,
or
his show that he's
show he's
working
working
on.
on?
I'd say that's
And he
Oh.
comes back.
I'd say
Very
those-
unlikely.
Those are the highest
Why
Vegas
would you
odds.
speak that into existence?
That
I'm
would
just saying,
never
what if he
happen.
comes back and is like, hey, I'm free now? Does he make a new character or is he not allowed on the show?
He makes a new character.
For campaign 3?
No.
Plays
for
Dr.
in this,
Ritalson.
Oh,
like,
for campaign 2?
like tomorrow.
Oh, no, he's done.
He's done.
He's done. If he got fired today and said, can I come back? I'd say, we'll talk for campaign 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ice cold.
Wow.
Yeah. He made his choice. And I don't begrudge his choice.
Yeah.
I don't have that choice.
Yeah, clearly.
All of a sudden, Law and Order called yesterday, wanted me to do a couple eps. It'd be really tricky.
I think one of us could sub.
To be Matthew?
No, to be
Be
Troy.
Troy.
Oh,
me?
to be Troy.
Be the GM. I could wing it.
I think you
Yeah.
can do it.
yeah.
How hard
You-
could it be?
You could definitely wing Foundry.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a software engineer. How hard could it be?
Yeah.
It's true.
True.
You couldn't even help me with
that
my
is true.
trackpad.
You have a
This
base
is-
of
You couldn't even help
skills.
me with my
Pop-up on my
trackpad today.
screen.
You're like, I don't do hardware.
Oh.
Couldn't even help me with my trackpad.
That's
These
true.
cookies.
Troy was having a meltdown about his trackpad. He's like, Kate, help me.
And I was like, have you
Jesus.
tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah.
I'm getting a hard click. I want a nice soft click.
Love a soft click.
Oh, wait. I thought you were getting a soft click. You wanted a hard click.
It's not clicking. It's not clicking the way I want it to click. I just feel like I'm pressing it and I've got to really push down.
I feel like this is a
for the-
user error.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
You just got to hover the mouse where you need it and then like every time.
boom. But yeah, no, he's not allowed back. Maybe I'll talk about campaign 3. when they come.
Okay. All right. Let's keep an open mind.
But yeah, I thought about that driving in. I'm like, wow, if things didn't work out, tough shit. He made his choice.
Sheesh.
He made his choice. So now you know if you ever have to leave.
Never
If you ever
coming
get an
back?
amazing opportunity,
Take it.
Troy will bitterly hate you.
Cool.
for the rest of your life.
Cool. Good to know that's where you stand. Awesome.
This is my priority. Glass Cannon Network.
You don't have any other applications or requests.
No. Family, GCP.
Oh.
That's it.
Family, GCP, and God.
Laundry.
Laundry.
FGL.
FGL, baby.
We are in the basement of
In the thick of it.
Ritalson Manor. I call it the basement. It's a whole underground sewer system that has been reconstructed into a mad scientist's laboratory. You've been exploring it now for several episodes, ever since you discovered that Ritalson had these hidden plans in his bedroom to kind of reconstruct underneath Ritalson Manor, a manor he inherited when his parents perished on a riverboat that they used for galas and fundraisers. He took over, let the manor fall into disrepair, and you can now see he's been diverting all those funds, or a lot of these funds, into reconstructing the downstairs. He's got demons, he's got beings from another world down here, and he's got a ton of research that you've been like, well, you know what? We'll deal with this in a second. We need to make sure this area is clear. So you've been exploring, trying to figure out what's going on here. You found a map of the crown of the world leading from some place called Ice Gate all the way to the crown of the world. Did I leave the yurt here? Little weird notes in the marginalia of these maps.
How do you lose a yurt?
How do you lose a yurt? And so there's a lot of information down here, but there's also a lot of danger. You met this sort of whale fish-like being from beyond named Ogmanzorius that seemed to know you, said that you met them before and that you will meet again at the spires. It said that it gave Ritalson some powers and it's going to give you powers too, as well as a lesson. Barnes gets absorbed and you almost drink in the powers of poor Barnes and go from 5th directly to 8th level.
That was really fun.
Yeah, all your fucking deviant abilities start manifesting. You're like mutants. You keep exploring and you eventually find this pit with fungus and whatnot growing all over it, and you see bodies down there. And as you go in the pit and start exploring, you find a letter on one of the bodies that matches the same exact letter that you got from Ritalson. Please come to my manor. We need to talk. What is going on here? What is your initial thoughts about this? Because we wrapped up the app.
One quick.
I hate when this happens.
Careful,
when
you're
the
going to break
coaster stays on the
break
drink.
your track
They
pad.
say you put salt on it, and that doesn't have like in a bar. If you're like hitting on a
because it
lovely
would've-
lady, like, hey there, this is embarrassing. You put a little salt, but what do I do in the studio?
She's a paper coaster.
She's a paper coaster.
Use a paper coaster.
But that happens at a bar. You have like a Guinness coaster, and it sticks to your beer, and you're like, hello.
Sometimes, sometimes I hear about your problems, and I think his life is so good.
His life is so easy if that's his main
I
problem.
thought I could talk amongst friends about a little problem I was having.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't think he introduced it as his main problem.
Right. This isn't like my main hurdle in life.
It just seemed like the way you were talking about it. It just seemed like it was.
One quick clarification, because you said something that I was not expecting compared to how the last episode ended.
Okay.
Oh,
The letter that Zephyr found in the pocket is indeed a letter exactly like we just got.
Not word for word, but same gist.
Same gist, but it is not the, hey, we are gathering Gatewalkers for the first time to like look into this, which is like, I would assume the initial communication we got 3 months ago.
Is it like the one that we got in Mendev?
Or is it one that's like, oh, we
The
need you to come
original
back?
one.
Like,
Oh,
we
good point.
individually
Yes,
got.
the one that, what did you think it was?
I thought it was the first one, like from
That's
3
what it
months
is.
ago.
Yeah.
okay.
exactly.
So then
Oh.
that aligns, I think, with what we were thinking right after we ended last episode. That he tells people to come here under the guise of you're a special person, you're a gatewalker, I'm a scientist. They come down to this secret lecture.
I'm a Gatewalker too, by the way.
I'm a gatewalker too,
Yeah.
he says. They go to this lecture room where they are gassed, knocked out, and then he does
Experiment?
cuts their head off, question mark? Experiments?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if
I don't
they're-
know if the lecture
Yes,
hall...
all these bodies were decapitated, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know if the lecture hall in whole is in a complete deception or if he's actually drugging these people with poison, bringing them into the lecture hall and operating on them or something in front of people and or questioning them while they're in some sort of haze.
It
And
seems
why,
like
why didn't he do this to us?
I think he
Right.
did.
Maybe he did.
I think he brings everyone down here initially, does some weird experiments on them.
He didn't cut off our
and then
heads.
some live and some don't. And the ones
Did
that
he?
don't live, he decapitates them and puts them in this pit.
so that they
Nice.
can't be identified by their teeth.
Or maybe
Dental
there's something
records.
to
Right.
chopping off their heads. I don't know. Some
Right,
magic.
maybe you have to like kill like a vampire, like you have to
Yeah.
kill them, otherwise their power, because here's what I think, here's what Sydney the player thinks. the powers we have, these deviant abilities in game terms, I don't think we get them through by being Gatewalkers. I think we got them from Ritalson.
But Muck has a deviant ability. So as far as they know, have not been here.
As far as she
But the whale guy that we just
knows.
met just said that we have all been here before.
Yes.
So maybe you have.
And there is an interesting other layer to your situation. That is an interesting idea that I didn't think of before. Okay. So what happens in science fiction stories, right? When you have like a programmed android, right? And you
sleeper cell.
Yes. And you turn them on, right? Or you trigger
Oh.
them. Maybe that's what's happening with the awakenings, because we see him in the mask in a dream, and then our powers grow.
Whoa.
It's like maybe he's turning them on at the right
Or he's
times.
heightening the experiment up. Like,
yeah,
let's
or he's
bump
turning
it
up
a
the
notch.
experiment. Yeah.
This is all so yucky. This is one of my favorite like sci-fi trope type of thing because it's so insidious and it feels so invasive to your like
Yeah.
memory and
Can't trust your own
your
mind.
personhood. Yeah.
It's sort of like Deadpool. It's the similar kind of way where Wade Wilson's powers were manifested. It was a similar kind of thing.
Because he was an experiment?
He was experimented upon to bring his latent mutant powers out. And, then I'm also thinking of Manchurian Candidate.
hmm
Like if there's something in us that will trigger at some point.
Right, exactly. And like,
When we face
right.
the Black Frost whale?
Well, it's something I regret, in hindsight, not spending more time on right out of the gate because we started our story in medias res with the players already knowing each other. I wish that I had spent more time digging into the feeling of the missing moment and how horrible that must be. Like, you all lost time and have no idea what happened to you if things, it's got to be so invasive and, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you feel like you've been
Manipulated or
manipulated
deceived or
see, that's not the
Well, like our time was stolen.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. Imagine
Violated.
violated.
Violated. You don't know what could have went on there. And now you're starting to worry about if there were experiments as well. Yeah, I mean, it's that feeling, I think, if you feel that's what makes this journey to discover so much more important. Because you must need to know what happened to you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And we left off facing the mushroom room.
Someone went down there and failed a save.
No.
I think it
I'm
was
sure I passed.
it was you,
The
that's
natural
right.
20.
Oh.
And I didn't realize because I assumed it'd be like a poison type of save. And that would be fortitude, but I think I rolled a will save.
Mm-hmm.
did.
I listened back to like
it seemed
the
like
last
he
little
was
bit of
trying to
it.
get you to roll against fear or something.
Okay.
Okay.
And you did nat 20 that? Okay.
Yep.
Nobody else went down there with her?
No, she went down and we tied the rope to her, remember?
Somebody
And
failed.
we
Okay.
were very...
No, she had the ladder. She went down herself.
Oh.
We stayed
Oh,
completely out.
I tied a rope to her anyway, just in case.
Okay.
I did. To pull her up, I said, an emergency.
Oh, okay.
She's always tying ropes to people. You also found a jade figurine as well in the pockets of one of these decapitated
Jade
Serpent.
jade serpent.
Did that mean anything to us?
It's weird because
Have we come
of your
across any serpent?
dog is a jade statue,
No,
right?
onyx.
Onyx.
Oh, it's onyx.
He has the onyx dog, Chami.
Tommy.
Which is just like, it feels almost like parallel. Like we got that
Yeah.
in Kanipo. Was that from Kanipo? Yeah.
In his
It
realm,
was,
yeah.
So like, did they go on an adjacent weird mission and they got like a jade serpent? Like, I don't know. That was weird. That's a weird.
So what does
detail.
Kanipo have to do with any of this?
I don't know, and it fucking
I don't think
pisses me
anything.
off that we fought some Nighthold god in the first 10 episodes.
Yeah, if he has no relation to Ritalson, I wonder if Ritalson knows about him. If
Pissed.
Ritalson, yeah. Very strange.
People died.
Hmm.
Pissed.
Well, there is a lot of information. There was a room to the north that I said to you, like, you
Yeah.
would have to spend some time here, but you might be able to learn a lot, but you're worried about being jumped. You're worried about, there's hazards here. There's enemies like these daemons. What else could there be? You know that there's a locked door mechanism, and Ogben Zorius told you to seek the Blessed One. Behind those doors, presumably, but there's still a whole eastern wing of this underground death trap that you've yet to dig into. So you have some options. You can do some more research, or and not worry about what's behind multiple locked doors, or you can keep clearing the area. You tell me what you want to do, because this is Pathfinder. You can literally do anything you want.
That's
until
crazy.
the rules ruin it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
How about, yeah.
Research?
Yeah.
Because like when we go through the locked doors and meet this, I feel like we're still like knowledge-wise unprepared. Like the more we find out, the more questions we have, and it's starting to maybe get a little clear, but maybe we should spend time in that room.
Yeah.
But remind me what happened with the vault door, or the eastern door. Was it locked?
We didn't go.
We just didn't go in at all? Or it was locked and we didn't know the password?
Well, there's a series of doors that we need to find keys for. I don't know if that's the
Right,
first
but we
one
didn't
that we
get
need to
there
find
yet.
a key for.
It was locked. We couldn't get through?
We tried, I think. Oh, gosh.
I don't remember if we tried.
Let me look at my notes.
I don't think we ever tried. I think we were like, let's just look down at the end of this hall real
Yeah.
quick. And then we found a secret door.
Yeah, and then you started exploring, and you found a library. You found those potions and elixirs. You found that room that was trapped with the bed in the middle of it.
We found no keys
We found the
yet.
mask and the costume.
Mm-hmm.
Should we just go
and then
back
it kind
to
of
that?
looped back around, and then you went north. Yeah, so you've never
Should we go
gone-
back to that eastern door, or should we go to the library and spend a night?
I did write in the notes we have to search for the combination.
Oh, right.
So we don't know the combination.
I
It's a
think we
3
should-
lock.
But that's at the vault. I don't know if this door is the vault.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying correct, but we still haven't found the thing to the vault
Right.
anyway.
I think the information wasn't in Ritalson's library. It was that room to the north.
We have not
With
looked
stuff.
there. Yeah.
Seems wild to heavily search his office found behind a secret wall and not find the combination. What? It's not in his office? What?
You found a schematic, if you remember, like a paper underneath. It was like on the floor under a table leg or something that talked about the lock.
Complex diagram.
Complex diagram that may, meta-wise, it's going to help you
Sure.
perhaps crack into that, but didn't say like 25 left, 2 turns.
Got it.
I say let's go back up. We have nothing to lose. There was nothing bad up there that we know of. Let's go look in that north room, and then let's go through the east door so we can do what was scrawled in the cell to go to the east, kill Edward, and free us, avenge us all.
Yeah, that's right. We didn't even mention there were these cells all the way to the south of the lecture hall. Then you wrapped around, found another secret door into the cells, and
Tiny cells, too.
tiny little horrible cells.
It's
Just
just like,
you just stand in it.
it's like being in the box or something.
Ugh.
Kill Edward, avenge us all. Yeah, so you want to go to that. When you finished in the lecture hall, you found a secret door behind the purple curtain, and you started traveling along, and you found this room with crates and boxes and notebooks and journals. Is that the room you want to go
Yeah.
dig into? All right, so make your way back there pawn-wise. And let's go over again what you saw here, because it's been a few eps. There is a dry sewage channel that kind of splits the room in half, and it dead ends against a new-looking brick wall to the north. There's 4 iron and wood chairs adorned yet again with these restraining straps in the southern portion of the east section of this area. There's a ramp leading to a door, a narrow walkway. You've already gone through that door that leads down, but you could have also swum down the channel. 2 large metal tables, and then shelves holding large collections of alchemical and surgical tools, books, scrolls, notebooks. You start looking around here. You want to spend some time. And you see that things are written in primarily 3 different languages. You notice Common, and I'll just tell you the other languages are Varisian and Aklo, of which I don't think any of you speak unless Ogmanzorius gave you that power.
No.
Okay. So because Common is the only language you speak, it's going to take a lot of time to dig through these things. However, all of you can spend that time and hopefully discover things. But where you only have one of the 3 languages, you're going to have to spend some significant time here.
Well,
I
what
can
is
I can give you an
significant time?
idea.
Is it hours or is it days?
I would say where you only know Common, you'd have to spend a full 24 hours here.
Okay, that's what I
To-
thought we
just
would have
to
to
begin
do
learning.
originally.
We're gonna get
I could.
caught.
I mean, Zephyr can watch. I don't have many skills
we're not going to get caught.
towards
He's gone.
investigating.
I can also probably. I mean, I can prepare a spell to it's called translate now, but I could prepare comprehend languages. I just don't have it ready right now.
Yeah, I think comprehend languages still only let you know the language for a certain amount of time. It could be
Yeah, we can.
it's called translate now, but I remember looking at that. I was like, oh, maybe Joe could just cast that. Its duration is 1 hour.
Ugh.
Yeah, so even if you knew 2 out of the 3 languages, it would still take 8 hours to really crack as to what's going on here. It's just, imagine just a room full of journals. Do you guys have journals?
In
old journals?
Real life?
Yeah.
I used to.
Sometimes I have like old. I'm bad at keeping journals.
Yeah, me too. I go
a
on and
written
off.
one?
5 half-started journals.
I started like
me
my
too.
junior year in college, and I probably finished about 6 of them into my 20s and stuff. And I wonder if I should just burn them all.
Publish them.
Publish them, you know.
Publish them.
Self-publish all of them.
What do I do with them? Like, do I get rid of them?
No,
Or do
you
I
read
leave
them and you track your own state of mind.
You reminisce.
understand more about yourself.
But what if I don't want other people to read them?
Well, don't
Don't
give
show
them to other
In
people.
a
And
locked
self-publish
box.
them. No one will read them.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
The best journal I kept was my dream journal, which I kept to try to lucid dream. Do you guys ever try to do that? You're supposed to like keep it and it helps you to lucid dream, whatever. You write it immediately when you wake up. Boy, howdy. Everyone should keep a dream journal. Just the weirdest shit. Just so bizarro. You read it back and you're like, wonder what kind of day I had that's what I dreamed about.
Yeah. So you want to spend 24 hours here? And it's going to be more because you can rest as well if you want to turn it into a rest, because you can't just read for 24 hours.
Yeah. We'll do a whole day in here researching and resting and
Okay.
preparing spells,
Should-
etc. And I'm not going to prepare translate.
Should someone tell Hubert that we're doing this? He's at the top of the stairs guarding the door in the library.
Well, that's the other thing to think about. And that's an important point. Not even Hubert, but like there's Alwyn and
Yeah.
the staff are going to wonder, where the fuck did the Gatewalkers go?
Nick is going to go tell
You've been down
Hubert.
here. You haven't rested yet, right?
Right.
No.
No.
So you've basically been down here for a couple hours. But yeah, if you spend 30 hours,
What does it matter?
I think Gick is going to go back up. Here's what I want to do. Gick wants to go back up, open the door,
Okay.
get Hubert's attention, and tell him our plan, and tell him to tell anybody who asks, especially Alwyn, that we went into town early in the morning and we're doing some
Shopping.
some studying, some sightseeing, whatever. We just needed to go into town,
And we're staying overnight.
and we're staying overnight. We'll be back.
We need a little break, a little vacation.
so after dinner, you went into the library with the rest of the Gatewalkers and then decided to go spend a night in town.
Early in the morning, we leave. Like, that's the story. Like 5 a.m.
Well, no, what he's saying is that won't work
Why?
Because
it's the evening now,
it's the evening when you went, you just had dinner.
and they
Oh,
know
it's
we
still
didn't.
the
Still all
No.
that same
Oh, they
evening.
would
It's
know.
Just need a different story.
Going into
no.
town to get hammered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went into town in the evening,
Perfect.
and we're gonna.
Stay
Zephyr
overnight.
dragged us out.
We haven't
Yeah.
been out in so long.
It's been a whole day. We've been here. Can't stand it anymore.
Yeah.
And we
yeah.
don't like your attitude, Alwyn.
Or your wine.
Wow. All right. So you want to add
No,
on
no,
this?
no.
Have Hubert tell what's his name?
Olwen?
Alwyn.
Olwen, yeah. Have Hubert tell Olwen that Ramius was so upset by the servant going upstairs at all that he couldn't stay in the house anymore.
That servant's
He
going to
had
get
to leave.
fired. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
dude.
Yes.
She needs that job.
Let's wield our powers, Gatewalkers! We're 8th level now.
All right. So we should probably play this out. You come up the stairs, and Hubert's sitting there reading a book, and he's just like, yeah.
Gick loudly closes the door and then opens it again.
Hey, just a book on botany.
Well, he has a type.
Gick
Photosynthesis.
holds her tongue, nods really politely. Hubert, I
Can't
can't.
stand up.
That's you don't have to.
Please don't.
Please don't.
How's Bonds?
That's the first thing he asked. That's the first thing he asked. How's Bard?
He never cared about Bards.
Thinking about him.
He didn't even like him. That's boy howdy. The rest of the group is down in the basement.
Yes. All of you in Barnes?
We need a favor. We need a favor from you.
Oh, all right.
We found some stuff down there, and we're gonna
Dessert?
information, paperwork.
Gold.
Paperwork. We're gonna have to stay down there for like a day.
A whole day. What do I tell Owen and the others when they come looking for you?
Tell them that we went out after dinner into town.
Along with Mr. Barnes.
Yep, everyone
Right.
left.
He led the charge to the bars?
To the bar, exactly, to the
Right.
bars. So we went to the bars,
Yes.
we stayed out, we're gonna stay in town,
Really?
we're gonna do some shopping, we're gonna sightseeing,
Okay.
and we won't be back for a day.
All right. And you left me behind.
You wanted to stay
I
behind
wanted to stay behind, so I did.
because you love the food
I love the food and the books.
and the books.
Right.
Tell them you like the books.
Right.
But do not, Hubert,
Yes.
do not say anything about the basement, that you were in here, that you know about. You should not know about it.
All right. Good. Yes. I think we're on the same page. I will relay the message when I'm finished here.
You take your time.
Oh, I will.
Goodbye.
Okay. Tell
See-
Barnes I said hello. I'm thinking of him.
You see a single tear roll down Geek's face. I will.
Yes.
Closes
I have
the door.
something very important to tell.
And she makes her way back to the group to relay that, like, got him. Everything's all good. We should be good.
Okay. Open and shut case.
What could go wrong?
What could go?
Putting all our eggs in the Hubert basket.
What the scariest thing is, that's the most competent I've ever heard Hubert about a plan or anything,
Yeah.
which freaks
That is a
me
little
out.
alarming.
Yeah.
Caught him at a very focused time.
Yeah.
All right, so you come down there and you spend a day plus resting and reading and trying to make heads or tails of these journals and notes and diagrams and all sorts of information onto what was going on in Dr. Ritalson's head over the past few months. Now, some of it is in dialects that you might be able to make little words out, like Varisian, I'm sure has some sort of crossover to common. But Aklo is like reading the, Nicotic manuscripts. It's very foreign and it's also jarring to look at. Sometimes if you stare at it for too long, it starts to infect your brain. So you really just focus on the stuff you can read and you learn some things. What things? Find out right after this quick break.
Juicy things.
Let's talk about the things that you learn. And I'm going to do a little behind the table stuff here, behind the screen stuff. Let me get a dice. Who wants to learn something first?
I do.
Okay. Ramius, you're reading. And something, you start going down this trail. You see him mention a hand, like a mummified hand that he found.
Vecna!
He found this mummified hand in his belongings when he woke from the missing moment. He has no recollection of walking into the gate with this hand, but when he woke up, not only did he lose time, but he found in his belongings a mummified hand. And it seems like he has been trying to grow that hand back into a full body. And he calls this creature that he's trying to rebuild the guest.
Oh,
Great.
That's eerie. Any
Oh,
descriptions
no.
of the hand? It's a human hand?
It's like a furry, like a furry
Like a
hand.
Yeti hand?
Like a Yeti hand. Sounds
hand.
like a mummified Yeti hand. Has no memory of how it came into his possession, but he's trying to regrow it into something called the Guest, and it seems like he's built an entire containment chamber for the Guest somewhere down here.
Fuck off.
And you see that, like, the schematics for the containment chamber are just, they look like the workings of a madman, the writings of a madman. There's all these levers involved with the containment, and it looks like there's all liquid and all.
That must be what's in the vault, I assume.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. What was the we knew what was in the vault. He called it something else though.
Blessed one.
The Blessed One. I wonder. It's the same.
Is the Blessed
Blessed.
One the guest?
I don't know.
Gick, though you just learned to read yesterday, you learn some things as well. You find what seems like Edward's dream journal, oddly enough. You had dream journal on the mind.
Wow.
What the?
And it seems like ever since the missing moment, he has been really focusing on recording his dreams. And you get the sense this is something he has done ever since childhood. Like, he was obsessed with dreams and the powers that dreams hold. And after the missing moment, it seems he finally cracked some sort of ability to invade other people's dreams. Specifically, the dreams of the Gatewalkers, the dreams of those who have shared in this strange missing moment experience. The notes further reveal how his obsession with dreams led him to this quest to try and get to the Dreamlands. You know, oddly enough, a quest very similar to an enemy we face in another adventure that we are playing. And he believes that if he could figure out a way to get into the Dreamlands, he would be reunited with his missing memories and become even more powerful.
Huh.
So, obsession with dreams ever since he was a child.
He's an Onirigen.
Figured out how to invade the dreams of other Gatewalkers, and now believes that if he can find a way into the Dreamlands, he can get his memories back. So you start to think, is that how you can get your memories back? Gikmok. No. Zephyr.
Ooh.
Maybe you get really into the Nameless Spires talk. Anytime you see Nameless Spires mentioned, you're like, all right, I'm going to focus on this. She's doing the hand, he's doing the dream. You read these musings by Dr. Ritalson that he believes during his missing moment, he made an expedition to these Nameless Spires on the crown of the world. He's not sure, but this is what he believes. He's trying to piece together what happened. You know, maybe similar to what you experienced on the Lake of Mist and Veils. He started to see visions, but he was able to interpret those visions in a way that led him to believe that he made an expedition to the Nameless Spires. And he believes, or he's at least concluded, that if he can return there and dream somewhere in the vicinity of the spires, that's how he will get entrance into the Dreamlands, and discover a method to significantly enhance the psychic gifts that he believes he gained from Osoyo. If he can go back to where he went in the missing moment, which he believes to be the Nameless Spires, sleep and dream there, he will be able to discover a way to enhance his psychic gifts that he was given by Osoyo, or that he can steal from other Gatewalkers by invading their dreams and perhaps experimenting on them.
Now the map is kind of making more sense because it was going to the crown of the world, and he's like, I left my yurt there, maybe to sleep and dream in.
Yeah.
The old dreaming yurt. Buggles. Whether drawn to it or Maybe the Kuala Khan was drawn to it. You, anytime you see anything about Asoyo, you start going down the Asoyo rabbit trail. And his notes on Asoyo go round and round, trying to theorize on what Asoyo may be. So even he doesn't know. He's like, is it an alien? Is it some sort of undead god? Maybe the collective consciousness of the long dead builders of the nameless spires? His own mind projecting to guide him from the future. So at a certain point, he thinks that Asoyo is just a manifestation of himself trying to guide himself back. And it's just all of these, and even
crazy.
He's crazy. Wild theories filling the pages, but throughout all of it, you see his obsession and his fear that if he's not the one to release Asoyo, he will go unrewarded. This fear becomes eclipsed near the end of the notes by a greater fear that all of you, and he mentions your name specifically, and you see that he's added names like Gick after the fact. He's added Barnes after the fact, like in the notes.
Are there cross-outs?
Crossed out Asta. Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's feared that if you push Asoyo back into his prison, that will strip all Gatewalkers of their powers and end his mission.
Wow. He's like a reverse Ahab. He's obsessed with this whale, but instead of wanting to
with
kill it,
saving
he
this
wants
whale.
to save it, yeah.
Huh.
Wants to save the whale because he's taken these powers and found a way to enhance them, like your deviant abilities.
But to what
are
end?
out of your control.
From what we can tell, he just wants to know what happened to him and regrow the guest. Or is there anything in there about
The
world
combination of what
domination?
you've learned so far, it's about enhancing personal power. He's figured out a way to harvest power from dreams, and thinks that Asoyo is guiding him to even greater power. It's lust for power.
Is there anything in here about the mask?
No. I mean, at least after 30 hours of looking, you haven't seen that, but you know that if you spent even more time in here, you could learn even more.
There's nothing in here about him contacting us through dreams? Nothing here about, so I went into Ramius's worst memories.
Well, you did see...
Lightened him with my mask.
You did read that, or is it, that he's been able to invade the dreams of the Gatewalkers, but you don't know to what end in this first 30 plus hours of looking. I mean, that's how many notes there are. You know, you could spend more time here and probably learn more.
And nothing just in that last tidbit about like enhancing the psychic gifts or stealing the gifts of other Gatewalkers or experimenting on them. Was there any more information about the experimenting on them part? Like any more info than us speculating about what he was doing?
Why he was experimenting on
Or
you
like
or anyone?
What the experiment would be?
No, it seems to be he's trying. What you know so far is that like he's trying to extract powers from people, but you do not know to what end. Is it just to enhance his personal power? Possibly, but in his ramblings, it seems like he's trying to use that power to do something else, to like redirect that power, maybe to release Asoyo, or maybe to do something else that's just not clear. It does really feel like the ramblings of a madman, but it's an obsession. It's like someone trying to understand what happened and piece together, memories that no longer exist.
I want to kind of push this aside and concentrate on those schematics to the vault, if I can.
Sure. You spend some time looking at the schematics to the vault, and it seems like there are 3 doors, each with their own locking mechanism. Between each of the doors is a space that only one person could really fit. So it's meant for just one person to go through like this. Once one door is open, the other 2 cannot open. So in order to progress further, you have to close the door behind you, and then that one person can then try and unlock to get into the next room.
I guess we're not going in there.
Then you have to
Scared.
close the
So
door.
one at a time.
Yeah, it's like a little 5-foot space, so it's meant really for one person or one at a time. I'm sure he didn't build this thinking a group would infiltrate his lair, but yeah, one person at a time, but it's built in such a way that only one door can be opened at a time. You do get the sense that if you're going out, you can open the door freely without having to enter a combination, but that is like a triple lock system to get into the vault.
How tall are the ceilings?
10 to 12 feet.
Damn it. Well, we could
Oh,
be on each other's shoulders, on someone else's shoulders, and we would
you got 3 people.
just about
You have
fit.
no
We could
reason
do
to
2 at a
believe that
time.
it's meant to house more than one person.
I'll figure out this door puzzle. Clearly it's not 3 characters in a trench coat, but I'll figure it out. What do we do about this freaking vault? Because now we've been down here the amount of time that we said we would be.
Yeah. I mean, if we go in, the ghost whale said to go in there, and it was like a special person in there. And we
blessed
need to the blessed one, and we need to like release them, but
And-
then we're seeing this Yeti thing.
And the carving in the cell was like, kill
Yeah.
Ritalson.
So I'm not sure what we're gonna
Yeah, I mean, from a meta standpoint, I feel like we can't just like not go in.
Right now.
Yeah, we can't just leave. You're like, okay, well, we'll wait for Ritalson.
So who's going to go in?
I'll go in. I don't really care. Okay, I have a question about
Okay,
the.
I meant the most skilled person should go in, but go on.
Is that you?
I mean, I have like thievery and stuff. Maybe it'd be
Great.
easier for me to open the
Yeah,
doors.
whoever wants to go in, we'll see when we get there, obviously. But I want to do any checks if there's anything else I can learn from a medical standpoint as a doctor, but then also as a divine caster, thinking about resurrection, reincarnation, but then also, more mundane or maybe even alchemical methods. How do you grow someone from a body part? You know, like
Oh, dead, mummified.
I know from a meta standpoint that the resurrection spell can work with a part of a body at a very high level. But is that anywhere into what his notes are talking about, or is it like his notes are very focused, or is the mummified hand, is it like thousands of years old? Does he give, because that would have felt like you can't do that.
That wouldn't. Yeah, that wouldn't.
And he's trying to like grow it. So maybe if we find it, it's like half made. Like it's not resurrected. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like some
Forming
kind of.
still?
Something out of Alien Resurrection.
Yeah, it sounds like some kind of semi-scientific alternative to resurrection.
Right, exactly. And as a medical, a mundane medical guy as well, I'd be curious to see if there's any more info, or if I could just think about my own experiences with that. If there's anything,
Give me an alchemy roll. Is that what you have?
I do have crafting.
Yeah, craft alchemy.
They don't have craft. I don't really. I think it would be lore alchemy, which I don't have, but I have crafting.
Okay. It's just general crafting. It's not craft John. Craft
Yeah,
Eve.
it's just general crafting. Yeah, we talked about this before with identifying the poisons and stuff.
Yeah, and that's for like making things. Oh no, alchemical. If you want to make alchemical items, it doesn't say that it's for like understanding alchemical stuff.
Yeah. So
Off the top.
if it's
Oh, no,
only
we call
if it's
knowledge
purely
about-
What
alchemical,
does
Alchemical
Aldo
reactions.
have for that knowledge in Strange Aeons?
I think just he has lore alchemy.
Lore alchemy.
Lore
Okay.
alchemy.
And no one has that, right?
No.
All right, so let's try Arcana. There's certainly things to learn. It seems like this isn't something that would be pure science. There would have to be some magic involved. Or
Can we
at
all
least,
ro- can we
or at
all
least you
roll?
can rule it out with a
what
good
about
roll.
religion?
Yeah, you can do religion. Yeah.
All right, I'll do religion.
I'm not trained in neither of those.
27
Arcana.
Arcana.
23.
23.
I'm not trained.
Not
There's
trained.
20 religion.
You can still do it.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can
I don't
roll
know.
and recall knowledge. On
Yeah,
something.
you can.
You can?
I rolled a
Untrained?
5 and I have a +1.
So you just
Six.
made a,
It's about right.
You just made a fool of yourself.
Holding the book upside down.
Zephyr and
I just think it's like there's always a chance that you could know something,
Yeah.
even if it's not your field.
It's true.
You know.
So, not Gick, getting all your names wrong. Buggles, you have, if Rabius brings this to you, you have heard of rituals like dark rituals, maybe necromantic in nature, of
Some consider unnatural.
cloning and that you start going down that rabbit trail thinking like, okay, if you mixed these cloning rituals with like science and alchemy, and you look at the notes that you found on this containment unit and the levers, it looks like there's liquid and whatnot, that he's doing some dark shit if what he's saying is true, but you don't know how. You'd think that this is a mix of some sort of ritualistic thing, maybe dark rituals, and science.
Buggles turns to the rest, little green dude that he is, and says, "Begun, the Clone Wars have."
Nice.
Wow.
Good. Glad you said that.
Yeah.
Gip writes that down. She's like,
If it was Halloween, he'd go as Yoda. You just have to get some ears.
Great Yoda.
God,
Yeah.
he's
Just
so
have to get some years.
cute.
Begun Clone Wars.
Side note, I was just looking at Resurrection because I haven't looked at it in 2E, and I was just like, am I high enough level to cast that? The answer is, I will be next level. But
Really?
Yeah, but
Damn.
it's a ritual.
Oh, is it like a scaled thing with raised dead? Is it
Yeah.
Oh, it's
type
a
thing?
ritual, so you need multiple casters.
It's gonna take
It's
a
a
while.
ritual.
Oh.
It's so cool. It's ritual. You need multiple casters, and I don't want to go into the details. I just went to the end, heightened to 10th level. That's a spell, right? Heightened to 10th level. It doesn't matter how long ago the person died, so it could be from
Wow.
forever, and it requires 16 secondary casters.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
wow.
A cult
Exactly.
yeah.
It is
Right,
a true
right.
cult raising
Wow.
with a
of
skeleton.
an ancient, mummy or something.
That's
Hail
Is that so
science.
cool?
That's
Cool.
awesome.
The target can be up to 20th level.
That
Wow.
is so cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Cool.
16 secondary casters.
Well, that's why, like, probably how the Whispering Tyrant keeps coming back, is like you get enough high-level
Yeah.
cultists
Get enough
together.
lunatics
Right.
together.
Well, the Rune Lords and whatnot. But yeah, so it seems like a mix of science and dark magic that could regrow a hand. I mean, using the knowledge that we have of like modern day science, yeah, it sounds like Dolly the sheep.
Yeah. Okay.
He had the DNA from the hand, so
Hmm.
let's build something from it.
Should we take another day? Keith, there's still so much we haven't read. He's looking at the books.
Well, we have to tell someone. It's going to be weird. I told Hubert we were in town for a day.
They're going to start looking for
But
us
we are here
now.
as guests of Ritalson.
Ramius.
Well, what if he comes back?
Also,
Who cares if he returns?
we're guests in the cage of a madman. Who's to say what he's going to do? We're not guests, Ramius.
I just mean that no one else is going to bother with us. No one else cares. And if he, as I said before, it makes no sense that he is not here to protect this vital information, knowing we were coming to his house.
Well, I think the demon
I
in
believe,
the other room was to protect it.
I think he would not want us to even walk into the library. So I believe he would be here to protect it at all costs. It is against his will that he is not here.
Huh.
When you went up to Hubert, did he have any news of Ritalson?
No, he was busy. He was busy.
Huh.
Busy in a library.
Busy.
He can't read.
It's weird.
Oh, he had a book of botany pictures.
Oh,
Oh.
keep us
Extremely detailed diagrams of
Oh,
stamens and pistons. What are they called?
Pistons, I believe
pistols?
is right.
Hot as a pistol,
Pistons.
volume 1.
In
I hail from
stamens and
Detroit.
what are
Detroit
they? Pistons?
pistols.
What are they? Pistols?
It's neither of those things.
I've never read a botany book. I don't know.
I know the word you're thinking of, but I can't think.
What the fuck is it?
I think it's pistols.
No, it's
Pistil. It's Pistil.
Pistil.
Oh, it's pistil.
Pistil.
And he couldn't stand up.
And he couldn't stand.
He was up there jazzing off.
Buggles. Buggles.
sort of language offends the women.
I didn't know you knew about. I didn't know you knew about jazz.
Jazzing everywhere.
How can you not know about it
They're
being around
jazzing
Hubert
everywhere.
for so long?
That sounded like the Battlestar Galactica term for it.
I
Yeah.
heard a guy on YouTube say that like a few weeks ago. I just
Jazzing
haven't stopped
off.
thinking about it. It's like,
Really funny.
They're jazzing off.
Don't come in. I'm jazzing off. And
Jazzing off.
There's jazz everywhere.
There's jazz everywhere. Don't come in.
Oh, Sydney.
And all that. Close the door.
Bump.
Well, Ramius, if you think it's safe to keep going, I mean, I'm going to keep going, but I just don't want to draw suspicion.
And I really think we should go through the door at some point. I don't want to lose our opportunity. But
Should we
if
go
no
now
one knows
or
we're
should
down
we do more
here,
research?
I don't know, it's kind of like both sides. If we open the door and then we lose the opportunity to stay down here, I guess there's no clear answer.
I'm so tired.
You didn't sleep?
We slept, Buckles. We all slept.
Did you?
And I feel great. Let's go. Let's go.
I checked Buckle's forehead. I don't know. He's talking about jazz. He seems out of it.
I think we should go look at the vault.
Let's go check out the vault.
Then let's do it now, and then we have to go back up. We have to show face to Alwyn and the other Gatewalkers. I mean, they could be in trouble. I don't have a good feeling about any of this.
Yeah. And then maybe if we open the vault and everything's fine,
Yeah.
one or two of us can stay down here while one or two of us go
Yes,
up and
splitting up
cover.
would be best.
If it's not dangerous, I'm sure that'll be no problemo.
I just don't see it. I don't see it, Kick.
The dangerousness of it all?
I don't see checking in with these people. Who cares? What are we
I
going to
guess
do? Here we are. Hello.
What are they going to do
They
if
say,
we don't show
hello.
up?
Where's Ritalson? He's still not here yet.
Geek starts walking.
Okay.
Geek starts walking towards the vault.
Then we say, we're just going to go to the library. Back downstairs.
I don't like Alwyn. I don't like his face. I don't like the way he talks to people, and I don't trust him.
Yeah, he is a penis.
He is a real.
He's a bitch.
I just think out of all the.
You said that so reserved. You're like, he is a real bitch. Zephyr.
What?
Zephyr.
Geek snaps at Zephyr. What did you just say?
Buggles said jazz.
Sorry.
He's a real botch.
I just wouldn't want Alwyn to look for us. Perhaps he knows about this. That's all I'm saying. I understand, but I will do what
He may know.
I'll do what you want to do.
Let's at least look at the vault, and then we can make a decision from there.
What'd you
We'll have
say?
more
I'm over
information.
by the vault.
See ya.
Wow.
Ramius?
Wow.
So you want to go to this
That's
door
called
to the
cheating.
east?
Let's go to the vault.
Can't hear you.
Ladies at the vault.
Ladies at the vault.
Ladies at the vault.
Ladies, leave your vaults at home.
Ladies
The boys are far away, and we're right by that door.
All right, so there is a door leading
Okay.
further east. It is unadorned.
Ramius
Looks like all the other doors.
pulls out his great axe and kicks the door open.
Whoa.
Oh.
Where'd you get that?
What the?
Great axe.
Wait, what the?
You can't heft that.
Alright, so we know there's only enough room behind here for one person.
Who's going in?
Well, this is not the vault door, right? There's
I don't
not
think so.
There's not a 3-lock mechanism on this door.
It looks like a pretty normal door.
Okay, let's just
Okay.
try to open this door.
Who?
I have thievery. Do you
Well-
have thievery?
Check it.
I have the.
We already determined it's locked.
You don't know anything. You were
Yes,
just like,
let's-
we'll deal with this door in a
Open
second.
the door.
Well, check it for traps or something. I don't have thievery.
Oh, that's perception.
Oh, it is just perception. Okay, so perception for traps. 22.
Your perception roll is so bad. A dart flies out of the peephole and hits you right in the eye.
Jesus.
Give me a fortitude.
Are you
Wait,
kidding
really?
me? Are you joking?
You have a joke about something?
Are you joking on my ass?
Give me a roll.
Have any bottle caps?
Yeah, definitely use them.
I do.
How many?
It was a 19. Do you guys think that's a fail?
For
Do not spend a bottle cap. It's a made-up dart.
19.
It's a made-up dart.
If you spent that bottle cap, he
do
would
this to
accept
me?
it.
In the world? How
you
could
could you do this to
You
us?
can't say I get hit by a dart and then go, it was actually not the thing, actually.
I'll take that bottle cap.
No!
It's actually such an amazing
It's a made-up
image.
dart.
She's just like,
This is so
like right in the eyeball.
I was going to have your head swell.
And that's what happened to all the bodies at the bottom of the cistern.
Now it all adds up.
Of course.
Pop.
Geek
I
says,
love, there's few things I love more than when PCs stress about a completely normal door.
I know. That's what I'm. Just open the door.
This happened on
What I mean, we walk into a room and then there's like a smoke
No, I know.
trap that's invisible. You
This
don't
happened
know.
on a
Yeah.
disorganized play. We were so worried about a rug. So worried about a rug. And the whole time,
And
Joe
like
was
8
like,
minutes later, after everyone has avoided the rug, one of them stepped on the rug, Kirkovich, and I was just like, wait, did you walk on the rug? And he's like, oh, shit. Oh, I forgot. And he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing it anyway. And I was like, it's a normal rug.
Nothing.
It was
They're all freaked out about the rug.
That's what a
Obliteron would do. Obliteron fears no rug.
such an anti-Chekhov's gun. It's just a rug.
Who opens the door?
I will say, it is a big pet peeve of mine in gaming in general. It's just the standing outside of the door for 10 fucking minutes.
Then-
that's everything.
But the one time we
Open.
don't.
Yep, you get a little hurt.
Gick opens the door.
Yeah, the thing is, you play Tomb of Horrors. You have to. You can't even move.
Yeah,
5
but it's
feet.
not Tomb of Horror.
I know. I'll never forget when we.
Oh
That
my
was-
God.
We're also down one person.
Gick opens the door.
Okay.
Gick.
Oh, I don't mind perception checks. Just roll a perception.
Wait,
Let's
Gick
go.
opens the door.
Yes.
All right, hand off the chess piece.
I said, just say yes. He should
I
come
mean,
messing
you
with
did
you.
the perception. It makes sense.
Whoa.
You see a hallway. Looks to be about 30 feet or so long, 5 feet wide. There is a single door at the end of the hallway, but just before you get to the end of the hallway to the south, there is another door, and it's like solid iron. Instead of a typical handle, there is a wheel at the center of the
Okay.
door.
Okay.
And at the center of the wheel is a dial numbered 1 to 50.
And that is the door, sorry, not directly down the hallway, to the right.
The Southron door.
Southron.
Right. The door at the end of the hallway looks just like the door you walked in.
I do want to say, before we started this, as we were doing our morning preparations, I cast my new spell, Mind of Menace, on myself.
Okay.
What does it do?
You'll find
Oh!
out if it happens.
Also, I cast Vital Beacon on myself again. So that's where that glowing healing energy reverberates off of him. And if at any point you need healing, you can just touch him as an action.
Oh, yeah.
Infused with healing.
Cool.
Okay.
I look at the two doors. What do we do?
Go.
The regular door
The
first?
regular door?
The door.
Yeah.
See what's back there before we start messing with this dial.
Okay, Gick is gonna turn the knob to the door.
The knob is at least 120 degrees hot. It burns through your hand. You
Yeah,
open the door.
right.
What the?
Yeah, right.
Stop! Shut the door!
What
Oh my
the
God.
poop
I-
is in this room?
I close the door.
This trapezoidal room that you open into.
Should have checked for trapezoids.
Yeah, you should have done.
The one time we don't check for
I
trapezoids.
checked for rhombuses. I'm an idiot.
Yep, you fool.
Detect rhombus.
Detect trap.
It looks. At first you're like, oh god, and then when nothing moves in the room,
Oh.
you realize that this is like a grisly trophy room.
Oh.
Holy shit.
To the north and the south of the door, several humanoid skulls
Oh my god.
are mounted on stands. In the northeast corner looms a huge, white-furred, horned humanoid, while to the southeast sits a diorama of a strange city surrounded by 6 stone spires. The
This is-
largest is good.
Sorry, this is very Mountains of Madness, like this.
I'm
This
sure they
Arctic,
drew from
like
there.
ancient city. It's like, yeah.
The largest display is to the east, an immense flickering image of smoke and shadow that looks vaguely like a whale with far too many tentacles and far too many eyes.
So many eyes.
I mean, any tentacles is too many.
Yeah, even one is too much for a whale.
Yeah.
Original title for Time for Chaos was going to be Too Many Eyes.
Yes.
Too many eyes.
Too many eyes.
Many eyes.
We got skulls, we have furred
Wait,
humanoids,
this is
we have
like-
strange city, we have flickering image.
This is a flickering image, like a sci-fi thing,
Does
Like a
it look
hologram.
as
like a hologram.
Do you do a perception check on the flickering image?
Yeah, he's gonna
Yes.
walk up and see what's generating this. Is it being
Well-
generated from a device?
I have a
Is it
question
in a,
about like when we saw the whale, I pictured it being bigger.
Mm-hmm.
well, this is a model,
Oh, I thought it was a trophy. Okay.
Well, why we don't know.
like a
Ooh.
trophy, like the actual whale.
Good roll.
Hey, thanks.
What's your total there?
My total is
What's your total there, buddy?
Total seems extremely
Quickly.
low. Do I have a
Quickly.
bad Oh, yes, I am unconscious.
Oh,
I don't know that that's true.
Wait, what?
you've been
That's
talking a
affected
lot for
all of your rolls.
unconscious guy.
I have been
my
giving you
God.
false results all episode. No, that is a 34.
Oh.
Okay.
Use his.
Damn.
What do you do when you approach it? Just eyes?
He's walking up to it. So
It kind of flickers in and out.
according to the map, it looks like there are other objects on the desk under the flickering image. Are there scroll cases, or are those like telescopes?
Yeah.
What are those? Are
Little-
spy glasses or?
Cannons.
All right, so it's this eerie feeling as you approach it and look at it, and you look down. As you look down at the things underneath it, it looks like scroll cases.
Scroll cases.
You feel like you're being watched by this image. It seems to. You can kind of see through it a little bit from time to time, and other times it's like fully formed and there, and you feel like you could touch it and grab it, but then it flickers in and out or becomes semi-transparent.
And is it a soyo? Is it the whale we saw in the sky?
It is. It's a little bit different. It doesn't
What
quite
way?
look like Oglanzorius.
We saw the whale in the sky. We assumed that was a soyo when we were.
Yeah, that's the
attacked in
closest thing to it, but
Same species, but not necessarily the same person.
yeah, or like a different artist's interpretation, perhaps.
And it is not moving at all.
Nope.
Like it's not like it's like flowing even in this image at all. It's not like
Yeah,
it looks
no.
at us and
It looks like you feel like it's watching you in a way, and you also have this overwhelming sense of deja vu.
Where's is it a projection? Where is it coming from?
yeah, that's what he was looking for.
Yeah.
So he stops. He's like, I think we've been here before.
In this room?
Sorry, I just got this feeling like we're being watched and that we've been here before, or at least I have. He's looking at this flickering thing, looking at its many, many eyes. Who are
Zephyr does a perception check when she hears you say, we're being
Who
watched.
are you?
Oh, hell yeah. The math is so big. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. 30.
30. So, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this to Zephyr. It appears like something magical is going on here. It feels like it's an illusion of some sort, but an illusion that's been made semi-permanent. That's the best way I can explain it to Zephyr.
And that's why we feel like we're being watched?
You feel like this thing, it has so many eyes, is watching you, and you feel deja vu as well, but the deja vu, you can't quite, like all moments of deja vu, you don't know if you've been in this room or if you've been under the watchful gaze of this thing before, but you just feel like this has happened before.
It looks like an aboleth, too.
Can I attempt to disbelieve it?
Yeah,
I kind of will it out of my mind like, it's not there. There's nothing there.
yeah. Give me a will save.
I mean, do you ever have to wonder? Like,
What's going to happen?
natural one.
It's there.
It is no illusion.
It looks like a statue, like a. Yeah, she says it's an illusion. You're like, fool.
Can
It's
Gik
no illusion.
go after Zephyr saying it's an illusion? Can Gik feel the real scrolls that are there?
Mm-hmm. There are 2 scrolls that are still there, and then empty. Or I should say scroll cases. There are like used up scrolls, and then 2 that have not been used.
Can I look at the used up ones and then also grab the 2?
Yeah. Give me Arcana. Give me an Arcana roll here.
Okay.
So I want to see what you would actually be able to interpret in my
25.
mind. Okay. It looks like all of the scrolls were scrolls of illusory object. And in fact, the 2 that are still intact are of illusory object as well, but you can tell that the other ones were. And so it seems like someone has continually cast illusory object to try and create this illusory sculpture and it wasn't quite right. Let me try it again. Let me try it again. Let me try it again.
Huh.
Trying to recreate.
Oh, that's why maybe it looks different than what we saw.
Can I take those 2 scrolls?
Recreate from a memory that no longer exists of, Soyo.
With
Like that episode of Star Trek Next Generation.
Remember?
They're trying to piece together the room that they were in and they're
Mhm.
asleep.
only with their memories?
Let's get no one who watches the show. Watch Star Trek The Next Generation.
I know. That's like there'd be nerds watching this. Come on.
Silly.
Fool.
Can I do the same check then to disbelieve it with that information in mind? Would I get like a boon?
Yeah, give yourself +2.
All right, and this is, what'd you say, Will?
Yeah, we'll say to disbelieve.
Piss. 22?
No, it's pretty high level. In fact, I'll just lift the veil here because I hate stupid checks. These scrolls are 5th level illusory
Oh.
object.
Wow.
Okay.
So, and disbelieving it all is going to tell you at this point is like, that doesn't exist. Ramius very stupidly believes it and will fight to the death
I thought maybe there'd be like a secret door.
with
He
his
burns all his highest level spells shooting it at us.
you think it's
About the Yeti up
Yeah, I
here?
want to look at everything else.
He's going to turn his attention to the skulls. I mean, do we think that these have been the cleaned skulls of the people in the cistern?
Beheaded.
who looks at the furred humanoid and who looks at the strange city.
I'll look at the Yeti.
City.
Yeti. Give me a society check there, Zephyr.
Oh, perfect. It's like the one thing I'm okay at. Or no, I'm
You're
kidding.
so good
Oh,
at so many
shit.
things, Zephyr.
That's
Stop.
actually not wrong. That's wrong. 10.
Looks like a Yeti. You can't really discern its significance beyond that if it's a specific Yeti.
It's a Yeti. Guys, did you see?
Yes.
If it's
Did
Yeti
you know?
white,
Is it
Wow.
a specific
Yeti Ford,
Specific Yeti? Are
Kind
there
of.
specific kinds?
Kind of
Yeti Page.
salmon car is it? Is it like a,
Tennessee Yeti Ford.
you don't know.
Salmon
Missing out on all
car.
these Yeti puns.
That's a Yeti.
Yeti.
You don't know.
Huh. And she just like continues to look at it, just do like you see the math happening.
Right.
And you're like, why are you doing math?
You have a moment of like I've stood before these before. That very sick feeling like I've seen these in the flesh,
Okay.
but you don't know what the significance is. You look at the diorama.
City.
Love a good diorama.
Give me an occultism roll
Occultism.
if you have it.
Let me see. I do.
You should, right? You're a bard.
I know stuff.
You know stuff.
24.
Yeah, I mean.
Or no, sorry. 24.
24. Okay, this is obviously some sort of basic model of these nameless spires you keep hearing over and over again. It doesn't. You have no reason to believe it's a 2-scale map because it doesn't look like the same care went into its creation as did this illusory model of a Soyo. But you do see 6 towering spires surrounding a sort of hexagonal pyramid in the middle. That seems to be the center of this hexagonal pyramid with 6 identical spires around it. It's the first you've seen of a structure beyond the spires.
Hmm.
But Brother Ramius, perhaps Buggles, comes sidling up to look at the skulls. It is very disturbing, obviously. Made all the more disturbing by the fact it looks like the skulls have been cut in such a way that the top can be removed.
Oh,
So it's like you can place the top on and off. And each skull is accompanied by a plaque bearing names and dates. And you just start reading these names. None ring a bell. Name, date.
What are the dates?
name,
Recent
date.
dates?
The dates are all recent, all post-missing moment. And it'll be like interviewed this date, harvested this date,
God.
the person's name. Then you see a name that you recognize. It says interviewed. And it's about 2 or 3 weeks before you went to Seven Arches. Harvested a couple days after that date. Skull collected posthumously, and another date, which is basically shortly after Asta's death. And the name is Bolan Nagaso. We'll see you next week.
Wait, was Bolan a Gatewalker? Oh, wait, yes, that was the whole thing. He was a big Gatewalker. Yeah. I was thinking Bolan as you were saying it. I was like, wait, he wasn't a Gatewalker. He was like a big-time Gatewalker.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's right.
Wow.
That's why we got sidetracked.
Harvested.
Wow.
Harvested.
Harvester of sorrow.
Steve Harvest.